Like and subscribe right now, or you're gonna have terrible luck for the next week. You don't need me or anyone else to tell you that the residents of the deep, dark underwater world are as fascinating and downright scary as they get. Many are beautiful, many are not, but there is no doubt that they are all so incredibly interesting to look at. However, thanks to their location, we've only come to know and study very few of them, but in today's video, we're going to show you 10 of these fascinating creatures that have been caught on tape. Make sure to stick around to find out what could be evidence of mermaids' existence. Number 10. Black Sea Devil. In 2014, a team using a remotely operated vehicle, ROV, in the Monterey Bay Canyon spied a 3.5-inch long, 9-centimeter, black sea devil about 1,900 feet, 580 meters, deep. The scientists were then able to bring her up to the surface alive, which was an incredibly difficult feat to achieve. After monitoring it for a while, the poor ugly little thing eventually died. Very little is known about black sea devils because they live so far down in the water. Scientists aren't even sure how long they live because live specimens are so rare to come by or even possess for long enough. The fish's most prominent feature, made famous in the Disney Pixar movie Finding Nemo, is the lure, a modified fin that glows at the tip, and the sea devil uses it to attract prey. Sea devils are also known because the males are parasites. The females can grow to be about the size of a baseball, but the males are much smaller and incapable of existing on their own for long. Immediately after the male is born, its main goal is to find a female to whom it would latch onto. Their tissue and blood vessels will then fuse, and the male will only get its food from the prey the female digests. All he would be useful for would be his sperm. What a spectacularly lazy freeloader. Number 9. Frilled Shark. Do you know what happens when scary meets ugly? Well, take one look at a frilled shark and you'll know instantly. However mean that sounded, you can't deny that this creature you're looking at is as hideous and terrifying as it gets. Taking one look at this creature's grisly appearance, it is no surprise that the frilled shark is often referred to as an example of a living fossil. That simply means that it is an existing animal whose appearance has not evolved much through the millennia. The term can also apply to creatures that have few or no close surviving relatives. The frilled shark is abundant in those criteria because, as you can see, it possesses a lot of primitive features. Most of the features present on this animal and its general appearance and characteristics can be dated as far back as the days of the dinosaurs. Yeah, it's that old. Number 8. Oil rig sea monster. Sometime in 2012, this mysterious creature was captured on camera 5,000 feet deep in the Gulf of Mexico and had scientists and researchers more confused than ever. The camera operator on an oil rig was surveying the structure as it was programmed to do when all of a sudden and out of nowhere, this strange and mysterious, massive, brownish-orange colored blob floats into view. No one had ever seen anything like it, and the more marine biologists looked at it, the more the rare discovery baffled them, leaving them scratching their heads. It was not until 2 years later when the scientists found their light bulb moment. After years and years of reading through dusty old history books and files, they finally figured it out. The strange camera-spying blob was confirmed to be a placental jellyfish by studying the few markings it has, including its gonads. The hexagonal pattern on the creature's skin gave strong evidence that it was actually a Deepstaria reticulum, or a placental jellyfish. The species is native to Antarctic waters, which are significantly colder than the Gulf of Mexico. Scientists don't know how or why this particular jellyfish ended up in the Gulf, but it did, and it caused a lot of confusion too. Number 7. The vampire squid. This next creature looks like something that swam right out of a late-night science fiction movie and into this YouTube video. Just peachy. The vampire squid from hell, yes, that's its actual name, found in the inky depths of the mesopelagic zone, about 3,300 feet below the ocean surface, is gentler than its appellation indicates. Unlike its namesake, it doesn't feed on blood. Instead, this creature subsists on marine snow, decaying organic matter that falls to the ocean floor, kinda like the dead leaves that litter forests. In spite of its monstrous name, the vampire squid from hell is a small creature that surprisingly only grows to about 6 inches in length. The vampire squid has large fins at the top of its body that look a lot like ears. These fins serve as its primary means of propulsion, as it literally flies through the water by flapping these fins, kinda like a bird in water. The vampire squid is actually an ancient species and is a phylogenetic relic. Being a phylogenetic relic basically means that it is the only surviving member of the order Vampiromorphidae, which means that it's a lone wolf. That would be sad if it weren't named the vampire squid from hell. Seriously, who names these things? Number 6. Teoneus. This amazing video shows a deep sea squid in the genus Teoneus. Often referred to as a glass squid, these strange, transparent animals are typically found 300 meters, 900 feet, below the surface, floating in the cockatoo position with their arms up, as you can see in the video. Teoneus squids are easily recognized by their large, front-facing eyes, which can rotate in different directions to locate prey, and to judge you from any angle, of course. Just look at these judgy, beady little eyes. Teoneuses are characterized by their long, slender terminal fins, as seen in the video, and their hook-like teeth on the largest club suckers. They are found all over the world in the midwaters of the open ocean. Although only 3 species have been seen and are recognized, it has been suggested that there may be as many as 5 species. One species known as the Teoneus borealis is found in the North Pacific Ocean, while another species known as the Teoneus pavo is found in the Atlantic and possibly southwestern Indian Ocean. Number 5. The Bloody Belly Comb Jelly. The Bloody Belly Comb Jelly. Bloody Belly Comb Jelly, Bloody Belly Comb Jelly. Whew, try saying that 10 times really fast. In 2001, a remotely operated vehicle, or ROV, spotted an incredible red blob beyond 300 meters down in the ocean. Brilliant and seemingly glowing, the Bloody Belly Comb Jelly comes in different shades of red, but always has a blood red stomach. The reason for their stomach being the shade of bloody red is actually brilliant and incredible. Proof that nature really is amazing. The blood red stomach disguises the glowing prey inside. Many of the deep sea animals that the Bloody Belly Comb Jelly love to eat have the ability of bioluminescence, which means they can create their own light. The translucent predator needs to conceal its stomach, or risk its most recent meal lighting it up from the inside out and alerting potential predators to its whereabouts. Red is nearly invisible in the deep sea, so the vibrant crimson color of the stomach is actually helping it hide from its predators. The sparkling display on the outside comes from light diffracting and refracting off tiny transparent hair-like cilia. These beat continuously, propelling the jelly through the water. Number 4. The Deep Sea Dragonfish. While this sounds like one of the elder dragons in the Guild Wars, this creature is not one of them. This extremely ugly and absolutely terrifying creature that is sometimes known as the scaleless dragonfish is a ferocious predator that inhabits the deep oceans of the world. This dark, dragon-like, eel-like fish with a roughly 3.5-inch long body glow with bioluminescence and has evolved a complex sensory system that allows it to detect even the subtlest movements in the ocean's shadowy realms, then attract and capture their prey. Essentially, the deep sea dragonfish is a creepy-looking stalker fish that looks like something that stepped out of a horror movie. Well, someone certainly had an interesting time in the gene pool. The thin, jagged teeth of the species, Aristostomius scintillans, are made of nanoscale-sized crystal particles. These nanocrystals make the dragonfish's fangs transparent and stronger than the teeth of some of the fiercest fish predators like the great white sharks and piranhas. Imagine that! Number 3. The Pacific Viperfish. The Pacific Viperfish, Caliotis sloani, is one of the most grotesque-looking deep ocean fish in existence. Honestly, it's the kind of fish you would find in a horror movie. Seriously, let's ditch the piranhas. These are the real movie-worthy monsters. These deep-sea demons reach only about 25 centimeters in length, and they have long, thin, dark silver-blue bodies that vaguely resemble that of snakes, hence the name viper. They have enormous heads and jaws, with large eyes and extremely long, needle-like teeth that angle back from the lower jaw. Interestingly, the unique appearance of the teeth extends so far back on its face is because the teeth of the viperfish are so long that they do not fit in its mouth. These teeth are so long and sharp that they could poke their own eyes out if it closes its mouth fully. Just terrific.
Now it's time for today's best pick.
Today's best pick was sent in by a subscriber. If you come across a photo you'd like to know more about, then make sure to send it in, and who knows, you just might get lucky and get your photo featured. Number 2. Bizarre-faced creature. This photo, sent in by our subscriber, was reportedly captured hundreds of meters down in the depths of the sea. Captured by a camera with a Japanese underwater oil rig camera, scientists have scratched their heads wondering what it could be. It appears to have a rather large head and glowing eyes, with a broad smile-like expression cutting across its face. Many have suspected that it was a sperm whale, but had some features that deviated widely from that. It was also proposed to be a bear-like fish, also known as the spookfish, but too many details are inconsistent with the bear-like fish. For now, no one knows what this is, but that remains the closest guess. What can we say? The ocean is a strange, strange place, and it could just be yet another undiscovered species.
Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works.
Number 1. Spear-throwing mystery creature, or a mermaid. First of all, we all know how crazy it sounds to propose a mermaid as an actual sea creature. But over the years, some pretty interesting evidence has turned up that we just can't turn a blind eye to. For example, this footage was captured by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration scientists sometime in 2006. This camera, located at an oil tank hundreds of meters in the ocean, recorded a school of fish swimming past it at first. There was nothing odd about that until suddenly a spear-like object flew right past it, followed by a brief flash of a creature following it. Two things are certain. Fish don't use spears, and fish definitely do not swim that fast. Could it be a mermaid? Do you believe in mermaids? Tell us down in the comment section. With that, we have come to the end of this video. Thank you for sticking around. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss more amazing content.